The war room was loud that morning, screens flickering with satellite feeds, commanders barking orders, and analysts racing to trace a convoy moving deep in the desert. But when Admiral Harlan Drake leaned back in his chair and said, half amused, "So, what's your call sign, soldier?" the room went still. The woman standing before him didn't flinch. Her face was calm, expressionless, even, but her eyes held a quiet fire. "Black Widow, sir," she said simply. There was a pause, followed by a ripple of soft laughter across the table. Someone whispered, "Cute name." Another muttered, "She won't last a week." Admiral Drake smirked, but something in her voice, something cold and certain, made him hesitate. He didn't know it yet, but within 48 hours, that name would be whispered across the radio waves like a prayer, and a warning. Captain Alara Voss wasn't supposed to be there. Not according to the rulebooks, not according to the tradition of the Navy SEALs, and definitely not according to the officers who had watched her claw her way through Bud's training with a cracked rib and frostbitten fingers. She had been the only woman in a class of 70. 40 dropped out in the first 2 weeks. The rest fell one by one until she was the last one standing, staring down a drill instructor who couldn't decide whether to salute her or break her. They called her Black Widow back then as a joke, because she never partnered up, never spoke much, and because she outlasted every man she trained beside. She buried her pain under silence and her fear under grit. But her silence wasn't arrogance. It was armor. The mission briefing was short and brutal. Operation Iron Veil. A convoy carrying a rogue bioweapon had gone missing in the dunes between Syria and Iraq. Satellite contact was lost. They had 36 hours before it could cross into civilian territory. The admiral assigned Task Force Echo to retrieve it. 8 men, 1 woman. Alara sat quietly at the edge of the table as tactical plans unfolded. The men spoke over her, questioning her expertise. "She's a sniper, not recon," one said. "She's a liability," another muttered. The admiral said nothing. He simply nodded and told her, "You'll have your chance to prove that call sign means something, Lieutenant." That night, as they flew out under cover of darkness, Alara sat across from her team, silent beneath the red cabin lights. They all avoided her eyes. Until Sergeant Miller, the unit's explosives expert, finally spoke. "Why'd you even sign up for this, Widow?" Alara looked up. "Because someone has to come back alive." He laughed, but she didn't. The desert was endless, cold, and cruel. Their UAV feed went dark 10 miles from the last known coordinates. Radio signals scrambled. Someone was jamming their frequencies. Then the ambush hit. It came fast. An IED exploded near their convoy, flipping the lead Humvee like a toy. Gunfire sliced through the night. Men scrambled for cover. 2 were hit before anyone knew what was happening. Alara was thrown to the ground, sand filling her mouth and ears. Her ears rang, her heart thundered, and the world spun, but her hands were steady. She rolled over, grabbed her rifle, and in one motion dropped the gunman who had just killed their medic. "Widow's down range," Miller shouted. No, she wasn't. She was moving, silent as shadow, crawling through smoke and blood. Every breath burned. Every heartbeat felt borrowed. But she didn't stop. Hours later, when the gunfire died and the desert went still again, 5 men were left standing. Alara had been hit. Fragment wound to her shoulder, but refused evacuation. They still had to locate the bioweapon crate. That's when she saw something, a flicker on her thermal scope. A buried signal beneath a dune. She ordered everyone back. Miller cursed, "You're not digging that alone." But she already was. Her hands trembled, sand soaking with her blood as she uncovered a metal hatch.